Kind of fuzzy. Hello, hello. Mr. Keith from Northwest Bank, a little plug in there for Northwest Bank, is going to do the four-way test and the Pledge of Allegiance. And actually, we did a dress rehearsal in his office yesterday about the four-way test.
So if I screw this up, I'm going to look really bad.
Well, you know, you always have a good practice swing before you take this.
Exactly. Okay, if we could all join in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And then the four-way test of the things that we think, say, and do. Number one, is it the truth? 2, is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Keith, you did well. You didn't look over the screen. You didn't cheat unless you're sneaking a little out of the eyeball there. He's got it. All right. At this point in time, good joke, bad jokes, whatever Pat has, he's coming up on stage to run our meeting. So we welcome Pat, our president.
Thank you very much, Rich. Good job filling in for Ron this morning. So our opening quote of the day: do what you can with what you have where you are. Theodore Roosevelt. I would like to ask for a moment of silence for the passing of Bob Hills. Bob is a past club past member here and a past president of our club. So if we could have a moment of silence for Bob. Thank you, everybody. We also, please keep Den Rich in your thoughts and prayers. Den is pretty sick right now, so please keep, and if you wanted to reach out or send a card, email, or anything to Den and his family, that would probably be appreciated. There will be a club board meeting next week, immediately following our regular club meeting. Jerry Zimlicka from our club is doing a Super Bowl square board, and the proceeds will go to the scout cabin renovation. So if anybody's interested in participating in that, Jerry's in the back. Each square is $20, and hopefully we'll be able to put $1,000 into the scout cabin renovation fund. February, our service project is collecting books for Nigeria. We're lucky because all of the shipping and everything for these books is going to be covered. All we have to do is collect the books. So we are especially looking for youth and young adult books. And please bring those gently used books to any of our meetings this month. And Marilyn's going to kind of give you a little bit more of an insight on where those books are going and what they're being used for.
There is a new school in Nigeria that is a secondary school, essentially a high school based on trades. The school is called the Green Tree Freedom Academy, and it actually was founded by one of our own club members, Chuck Nababu, in his home city of Asiki, Nigeria. The school is focusing on 3 areas. First is agricultural production, animal husbandry. The second is on fabric arts, design, and sewing needs for women. And the third is, of course, computer technology. The school is a new school built from the ground up and is solar, but they need a library. And that's where I come in. As many of you know, I do some volunteer work at the Hudson Library, selling some of our nicer donations, esoteric donations, on Amazon. And it actually has been quite profitable for the Friends of the Library. In the last 3 years, we've made over $16,000 that has all gone to the profit to the library. And what we're doing is we're simply selling on Amazon the books that probably would not sell in the Friends room. Things like textbooks, some religion books, some history and art, and then popular novels. But we have a lot of donations that come into the Friends of the Library. Chuck, come on down. And so, yes, and so what we knew is that some of our overflow were going to Goodwill. And these were excellent, excellent quality books, some of which were discards from our own library that actually had looked as though they'd not been read very much. So we partnered with Chuck and his wife Genevieve and the local Nigerian community to help establish a library there. And so we collect them, and when we have a good number, we box them up, and the Nigerian community helps us get them delivered to Atlanta, where they become part of a shipping container that goes to Nigeria. Thus far, we figure that we have contributed over 4,000 books to that library. Everything from high school and grade school texts to graphic novels for children to sewing textbooks and how to do things around the house. So, but the only thing I don't send are American Diet books, to tell you the truth. But here's Chuck. He'll tell you a little bit more about the school.
Good morning. Well, my name is, everybody calls me Chuck, but my full names are Charles Nabuife. I happen to, I'm originally from Nigeria, but now I live here for over 30 years. I've been working with Marilyn for the last couple of years, trying to get books and other educational materials to support the Green Tree Freedom Academy in Nigeria. The school was founded by myself and Cardinal Arinze. He's a cardinal in the Vatican, but he's retired now. Pretty much comes here once a year for medical checkup. And in one of those visits, we thought about how to help youth unemployment and trying to get youth to get employed upon graduation. And we thought about a skill acquisition center that will train and retrain folks. And that's how we came about the Green Tree Freedom Academy in Nigeria. And the school is being managed by Brothers of St. Stephen, which is a religious order back there in Nigeria. And it's open to everybody. It serves about 4 to 5, excuse me, 4 to 5 million people in the eastern part of Nigeria. And you'll be surprised, to qualify to get into the school, we take people that have high school education, like we do piggery, animal husbandry. We teach people how to raise pigs, poultry, crop farming like corn, cassava, things like that. And we also do ICT. We teach people from basic Microsoft suits to as far as programming, cybersecurity, Python, and all that. And we in between that, we have fashion design, bead makings, and things like that. So that brings me back about the entry qualification to get in there. So one might be, say, a college graduate, have a nice job, but it doesn't have the necessary computer skills. So we take the person up and teach the person, say it could be programming, just to help the person keep their job. On the other hand, it could be somebody that didn't make it to high school, but is trying to be gainfully employed. So we can take the person and teach the person how to do piggery, poultry, etc. So it's a diverse range of skills that we teach there. And I'm really grateful to our benefactors first starting with Maryland and the friends. And the last time, St. Mary's Catholic Church here in Hudson and the Catholic Diocese of Cleveland also raised about $10,000 for us when we first started in 2019. And the Nigerian community here and friends here, we have a lot of volunteers, people that come in and teach for free and contribute ideas. So here we are, and I'm grateful to being here, and my thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chuck. So this is one of our international projects that we're working on as a club, and we can have an impact across the world by getting rid of some of those cases or boxes of books that we all have in our basements that we can potentially go through and find a better home for them than sitting on our shelves in our basement. So we're making room on a bookshelf upstairs so we can buy more books. So let's participate and bring those books in so that we can get those to Maryland and to Chuck and to the young people in Nigeria. All right. All right, we're ready for our speaker. Lori McCleese is in her third year as president of Junior Achievement of North Central Ohio. Junior Achievement is the world's largest organization dedicated to educating students in grades K through 12 about entrepreneurship, work readiness, and financial literacy through experiential hands-on programs. Junior Achievement of North Central Ohio is an independent 501c3 serving 15 counties in the state of Ohio. Junior Achievement of North Central Ohio is governed by a board of 35 business and community leaders throughout the 15-county area, which has shown significant growth under Lori's leadership, reaching nearly 30,000 students annually. Junior Achievement has 14 employees with a central office located in Jackson Township. Prior to her work at Junior Achievement, Lori serves as the first full-time president of the Hudson Community Foundation. During Lori's 14 years as the resident of Hudson, she served as president of Hudson's parent-teacher organization, as well as the chair of the board of the Hudson Chamber of Commerce. Lori has a bachelor's degree in personal and industrial relations from the University of Cincinnati, and recently completed her certificate in fundraising management from Indiana University Lilly School of Philanthropy. When Lori's youngest child, Mason, who I actually spent quite a bit of time at my house, graduated from Hudson High School, she moved to a new townhome community in Cuyahoga Falls. Her daughter, Morgan, is in her senior year at the University of Cincinnati, studying international business and marketing. Her son, Mason, is in his sophomore year at the University of Dayton, studying mechanical engineering, is a starting offensive lineman for their football team. Lori is currently a member of the Leadership Akron Class 38, the second best leadership Akron class, and serves of the legislative affairs for the Greater Akron Chamber of Commerce, the Education and Workforce Committee for the Ohio Chamber of Commerce, the Education Committee for the Canton Regional Chamber of Commerce, and the College and Career Readiness Committee for the Orville Area Chamber of Commerce. Lori is recently selected as an ambassador for the Akron Community Foundation's annual Shiro campaign, supporting the Women's Endowment Fund. In her spare time, I'm not sure where that is, Lori enjoys traveling, reading, cooking, time with friends, hiking in the metro parks and Cuyahoga Falls National Park, riding her Peloton, and rooting on her beloved Bearcats, Browns, and Bengals. And yes, you can cheer for both. Well, Lori McCleese. Come on up.
12 million students a year. In the US alone, there are 103 different JA areas. So we are the largest organization dedicated to, we started as an entrepreneurship organization. Then we expanded to financial literacy and work and career readiness. So do you need me to do something? Am I good? Oh. Okay. I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. So when I started at Junior Achievement, I did a deep dive into what we were doing as an organization because we do K through 12 programming. We are largely supported by foundations and corporate partners, and every company that I sat down with said to me, we can't fill our jobs. We were doing very little in the work and career readiness space. Our programs, if you looked at our 15 counties, you could throw darts at a dartboard and they were all over the place. And so I engaged the Impact Group out of Hudson to help us write a 3-year strategic plan. Amongst that three-year strategic plan was a program strategy. And I'm going to talk about that, but I hope I'm going in the order of my slides. So all good. Oh yeah, I'm ready for the slides. Okay, hang on, everyone. You know, what's crazy is I'm not used to speaking with a PowerPoint. I could just talk for an hour about Junior Achievement. I love it so much, but I'm trying to follow the slides. So I'm sorry. Anybody participating in Junior Achievement? Are you? That's wonderful. So the first slide I think James is going to bring up is actually what our map looks like. So you have an idea of our area. Yay. So that lime green area. It's okay. It's okay. The wonders of technology. I'm just glad it's you sitting there and not me, James. Okay. As I mentioned, each JA area in the US is governed by its own board of directors. We're like a franchise. We have our national office, but I report to a board of actually 35 individuals. So that lime green area is the area that I oversee in the White County. We are about to annex to be a 16 county area. So here are some of the things that we know as an organization. That's 20% of US students will not complete high school on time and earn a diploma. 49% of US employers recognize that talent shortages impact their ability to serve clients and customers. 36% of Americans say that they have at some point in their lives felt their financial situation was out of control. And 91% of millennials wish they had had more exposure to entrepreneurial education. So these are 3 pillars I mentioned: work readiness, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship. Since Junior Achievement of North Central Ohio was formed, we have reached over 1 million students in our 15 county footprint, and the demand for our programs continue to grow, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit now. Talk about JA Inspire. So I mentioned our strategic plan. The first thing, first program priority of our strategic plan was to build a wide-ranging, high-impact career and college exploration program. It was our initial plan to do this live, and then COVID hit. So we were very lucky that one of my colleagues on the East Coast discovered a wonderful platform called vFairs. And that allowed us to launch students into a virtual world where they could explore different companies. There's a 6-lesson curriculum that goes with JA Inspire. Students do an interest inventory. They learn about networking. They learn how to interview. They understand soft skills. All of that is part of the curriculum. And then they spend their time exploring different careers that are grouped into career clusters. We worked very closely with our economic development boards, our chambers of commerce, and Team NEO, if any of you are familiar with Team NEO and the research they've done throughout Northeast Ohio in terms of the job gaps. So we have over 75 different booths, and it's available for 7th through 12th grade students. We have different curriculum. Obviously, a 7th grader doing career exploration and an 11th grader is a very different experience. So we have different curriculum for middle school and high school. And yes, it is important for students to start thinking about, I know this sounds crazy, but for certain areas, it is important for students to start thinking about careers in 7th grade. I recall a particular conversation I had with Bridgestone, and they said, we need students to be taking the right math classes in 7th grade so they can take the right math classes in high school so they can handle the rigor of an engineering class. So one thing I'm going to say that I'm really proud of is my son, like I said, he's a mechanical engineering, like Pat said, a mechanical engineering major at University of Dayton. His roommate was the valedictorian of a high school in Cincinnati. And this is a credit to the Hudson City Schools, but my son came in Calculus 3 and the valedictorian came in Calculus 2. So great job to Hudson City Schools, to our board. Not that his roommate isn't brilliant, no wonderful influence on my son. I'm so happy that he's his roommate. But he needed to take those types of classes in order to be able to handle an engineering major. That being said, not every kid goes to college. I mean, the trades are struggling. You can make a great living being a plumber or an electrician or in the construction trade. There's the military, and we are a big manufacturing state. We have a lot of rural counties, and our manufacturing companies are struggling. And you can make a good living at a manufacturing company. So one of the companies we work with out of Orville is called Venture Products. And they were an independent company, were bought out by a larger company called Venture Products, and they make commercial snowblowers. So they provide the entire city of Boston with snowblowers. The gentleman running that plant started on the manufacturing line. I don't believe he has a college education. So we need to be able to show kids there are pathways in college and outside of college. So our JA Inspire event does that. So I'm hoping this works, but there's a quick demo and you guys are gonna really think this is slick because it is. I think there's sound that goes with it,
JA
but
Inspire Virtual is more than a career fair. It brings together the business community and local schools to help launch students into their future, including high school, college, and careers beyond. The program consists of 3 segments: a pre-event curriculum that may be completed by students independently or with educator involvement, a virtual career expo experience, and a post-event debrief. JA Inspire Virtual 6 sessions help students align their interests to career clusters, identify potential future careers, and enhance their soft skills. Students then use this foundation to explore companies and careers of interest at the JA Inspire Virtual Career Fair. This exploration includes engaging company representatives with questions relevant to their own career interests. Following the career fair, students work on a plan that connects what they've learned with educational coursework, extracurricular activities, and networking. VFairs, the online interactive platform used to host the JA Inspire Virtual Career Expo, is accessible from any device and doesn't require downloads. The virtual environment mimics the dynamics of a face-to-face event and includes a virtual lobby, company booths, and an auditorium where students can attend webinars and presentations. The learning experience can be revisited multiple times following the live event, and students can collect information in a virtual backpack to send home and share with family members or teachers. The experience can be configured in a variety of ways, depending on community preferences. Best of all, it's free to schools and students and aligns with Junior Achievement's work and career readiness pathway approach. To learn more, contact your local JA office.
so we launched that for the first time last year. And like I said, we had 70 companies and universities involved, trade organizations, et cetera. We had 7,000 students login last year, and our goal this year is 10,000 students, and we're well on our way to that. I believe the 9th grade class at Hudson High School had access to it. We didn't have a whole lot of logins, and I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I think it was COVID related. So this is definitely something we're going to continue to do. We're going to continue to grow. We believe we are a great connector for our students to our workforce, and we're really proud of that work. Second piece of strategy is all around Senate Bill 1. Who knows what Senate Bill 1 is? Ooh. Okay. In October, the Ohio legislature passed a bill that requires that every high school student take a full semester financial literacy course in order to graduate. So that starts with the 8th grade students, the kids that are in 8th grade right now. Prior to that, it was a half a semester, or a couple of units. I know my kids at Hudson, it was part of their government class where they got financial literacy education. So now it has to be a full semester financial literacy course. So Junior Achievement actually has a full semester financial literacy course. Most of you probably don't know this, but we have full Junior Achievement schools throughout the US. It was first piloted in Atlanta, Georgia. It's called 3DE. So we've got a lot of full semester curriculum available. So we have pulled all the Ohio areas together, and along with this legislation, there's a model curriculum. We have been working very hard to align our curriculum to the model curriculum that the Ohio Department of Education has developed. In addition, teachers are going to have to have licensure to teach this class, because not every educator is going to be the right person to teach kids about financial literacy education. So we have our curriculum developed, and we are working to put it into things like Schoology, Google Sites, Google Classroom, so it's very easy and user-friendly for our educators. As of right now, we are talking to at least 15 to 20 school districts in our area alone that are going to implement our curriculum as part of this requirement. So you see where our growth is coming from. And last but not least, our JA Company program. This is how we started as an organization, as an entrepreneurship organization. And this program still thrives in certain JA areas. Like I mentioned, there are 103 JA areas. I would say less than half still do this program. And the reason is it's a lot of work, but I have to tell you, it is our most impactful program that we offer. It is a year-long entrepreneurship program. Students actually start a company. They manufacture a product or create a product. They sell a product. They create a website. They do social media. They have to do financial reporting. At the end, it culminates in a local competition, which is April 21st at Kent State University at Stark. We are looking for some judges, but as a part of that competition, students will set up a trade show booth. They will do a 4-minute live pitch. They have to put together an annual report as well as a commercial. So it's pretty impressive stuff what these kids do. They open bank accounts. They have to file sales tax with the state of Ohio. So it's a heavy lift for our staff, but it requires a very, very dedicated teacher and classroom volunteer to make this program successful. Right now, this program is in 6 schools, and we believe in it so much that we are working to expand it. We believe it's going to be in 10 schools next year, which is a huge increase. And one of the neat things about this program is all the kids engaged in this program across the US, which is over 10,000 kids, there's a national competition. Just because they win our local competition doesn't mean they qualify for our national competition. They have to submit all their materials to Junior Achievement USA to be considered for the national competition. JAUSA picks 15 teams from across the country. Last year, we had 2 of the 15 in JA of North Central Ohio. And our team, Finlit, won the national competition. Not only did they win the national competition, they won the Ernst & Young Innovation Award. They won the FedEx Global Possibilities Award. It was a sweep, and that's never happened before. These kids created, designed, and manufactured a middle school level financial literacy board game. They had it manufactured in China in the middle of a pandemic and got it here and sold it in 13 states and to some education systems. Now that group is going on to compete in what is called our De La Vega Global Entrepreneurship. 6 teams throughout the world, JA teams throughout the world are competing for the global prize for Company of the Year. So they will be competing for that. So we're gearing up for that. We're super excited. We want them to win. So I want to play for you a really quick video. Our national competition was virtual last year. We're going back to DC this year. But when Finlit won, the CEO of the company, they have a CEO, they have a CFO, they have a chief marketing officer, all of that. The CEO gave a speech that it just will give you goosebumps. So. Hang on, everyone.
Now, the moment we've all been waiting for has arrived. The students representing the JA Company of the Year will each receive a $3,000 scholarship from the Achievement Foundation and an Echo Dot speaker. But wait, there's one more special award for our Company of the Year. Roll the video. That's right. The De La Vega Global Entrepreneurship Award recognizes outstanding J entrepreneurs. The first place team from each of the 6 J Global Company of the Year competitions, like the J National Student Leadership Summit, are automatically entered as finalists for the award. Out of the 6 global finalists, one winning team receives a giant trophy, a $15,000 award, and an entrepreneurial course or boot camp of their choice. And now, the 2021 JA Company of the Year, showing exceptional business skill, innovation, and poise, is none other than Finlit from JA of North Central Ohio. Let's give a big welcome to Gavin Williams, CEO of Finlit.
Thank you so much. First off, I'd like to thank Junior Achievement, Delta Airlines, EY, the New York Stock Exchange, and FedEx for allowing us the opportunity to participate in all these awards. It's been an absolutely amazing experience, as I've said before. First off, I just want to start by thanking my mom. She's a big reason that I'm here. I grew up in Akron, where we lived off of government assistance and food stamps, just a single mom, where she would donate blood just for money to afford diapers. And during that time, we had so little, but at my age, I felt like I had the world. And seeing her sacrifice and what she did, statistically, I'm not supposed to be here, but I am, and I owe that to her. I also want to give a big thanks to my dad, who's watching this right now, for coming into my life and taking me under his wing, showing me what it means to be a hardworking man. He's the hardest working person I know, and I carry that drive with me every single day. Lastly, I just want to mention that my team has played a huge role in this, every single one of them. And like I said, Brad, Aaron, Mihai, Brandon, they've just been absolutely integral in this team and its successes. And I'm so fortunate to have worked with them all this time. And that $3,000, I'm so glad to have you guys be a part of that. I just want to say that our goal going into this was innovating on a new problem, a new product, and expanding beyond just North Canton and Ohio. And we accomplished all of that successfully. And through my life experience, like Teresa mentioned earlier, adversity is something you have to face head on. And that's something that I carry with me every day growing up in Akron like I did. And you have to apply that in business as well, because without having hardships, without experiencing failure, you fail to learn and you fail to grow. If you go through life and you go through business, never experiencing failure and just coasting through, then you're just the same person you were before. And for us, adversity was absolutely an integral part of our learning experience. Missing our first investment on our first investment pitch was devastating for us, but we took that next week afterwards, and my boys worked so hard to make this product a reality, and they did it. And since then, it's become something larger than I could have imagined. We had the experience of going on CNBC. We've gotten to do multiple local competitions and talk to great mentors and business leaders. And that experience couldn't have been possible without JA, but also my teachers. So I want to give a big thank you to Mr. Grady, Ms. Snyder, and Mrs. Pilati, as well as Lori McCleese and everyone else at JA for playing a huge role in Finlet's success. I've never experienced a group of people who would go out of their way for someone else to experience the success that I have, as well as everyone else on my team. Mr. Grady has played an integral role in my life, and quite frankly, paved the path for the business experience that I have today. I came in as a young sophomore, and he saw the potential in me after I wrote my first business plan. And since then, he's given me all the tools I need to succeed. And my respect for him as a leader is huge, because as a leader, he provides guidance and respects any time that I have disagreements or pushback with his ideas. And with that, that bond and respect is something that is going to last a lifetime. So Mr. Grady, I thank you for that. Lastly, I just want to say everyone here is here for a reason. And it does my heart good to see that so many kids our age, so many teen entrepreneurs are looking to change the world. And no matter who won what award, everyone played a role in the success, not only of this competition, this program, but the success of creating a lasting, sustainable global impact. And I wish you all the best of luck and success going forward in the future. So Junior Achievement, thank you for the award.
I don't know how well you could hear that, but
Gavin,
pretty
you're
cool
an
stuff.
Impressive young man.
He was
You
actually
and your
standing
team
in my
have done
office
an
with his mother
outstanding job.
when he accepted
And while
the
you were
award.
competing
And
with all the other
typically that
teams
happens
this week,
in Washington,
I know
D.C.
that they're
So
all
Gavin
behind you
is
as you go
now a
on
freshman
representing
at the University
United
of
States in
Akron.
the global competition.
Could have
So
gone
we
other
wish you the
places,
best
but
of luck.
used the financial
Also,
literacy education
congratulations
that
to
he
all
learned
of
through
the
Junior Achievement
participants and the winning teams.
to
This has really been an amazing competition.
make a
personally
choice that would not put him into debt. So he's at University of Akron. That team, that company has continued. It still exists. They're being mentored by Intuit right now. Their board game is going to be featured in a new entrepreneurship museum that's being built in Washington, D.C. And like Gavin said, I nominated Gavin to participate in a CNBC summit last year that JA hosted about financial literacy education and students making smart choices. So 17 years old, pretty impressive kid. So I invite you all to come to our entrepreneurship competition on the 21st of April at Kent State at Stark. It's pretty awesome. JA Virtual Inspire, it runs for 6 months. And one more slide, I'm hoping it's, yeah. How do we pay for all this? When I started at JA, when I was interviewing, I told the board if I had to plan a gala ever, I would quit. So props to you guys for the Rotary Gala. I would love an invite, but I have no interest in planning a gala. We are 40% foundations. We are about 25 to 30% corporations and 20% other, 10% special events, 6% individuals. That is shifting pretty significantly this year. Our corporation bucket is growing, as is our individual bucket. We just had a donor give $150,000 gift so we could expand our entrepreneurship programming in Stark County recently. And I'm heading to Marietta after I leave here for a $100,000 check presentation from People's Bank, who is supporting our work around Senate Bill 1, the Financial Literacy Initiative. So in addition to that, I am leading a statewide public policy effort with all the JA areas. We are doing the work of the Ohio Department of Education. They are mandating things and requiring school districts to check boxes, and we don't get any money from the state. So I'm hoping to change that. And that's pretty much it. We have golf outings. We have lots of things you can get involved in. So if any of this has sparked your interest, my cards are out by the check-in table. Grab a card. We use a lot of volunteers in the work we do, and hope you'll get involved. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah. So when we built our strategic plan, we were working in 85 school districts when I started. And we might had to look at. So part of our strategic plan was to offer multiple JA touch points across 4 districts. So we are starting with low to moderate income school districts. And elementary is not off the table, but given the workforce and financial literacy pillars, we believe we are a nice to have at elementary school and a need to have at middle and high school. So our focus is typically 5th, 6th, first grade class, but I think we're needed much more at middle and high school. Other questions? Okay.
It was a real fun thing. I don't think we dealt with things like sales tax. Business plans, all that sort of stuff that we got factored in that Mr. Williams was talking about. Really a great experience. And I also wanted to mention to you too, we were talking about kids, students going into the trades and everything. I'm really looking forward to talking to Don Adams about getting our folks from the 6th District Compact to come and speak to us, because within the Hudson schools and 5 other school districts we work with, we have a lot of great programs to get kids into trades and some of them are more college-oriented sort of things. Like my son went through the engineering academy and now is studying mechanical engineering at Ohio State. So it was a really great launch pad for him. But there's wonderful stories in that regard. I really want them to come in and talk about our new auto tech program, which is really exciting things going on. And that's a Hudson program. So thank you for all you're doing. And other questions?
We do work with a lot of career tech programs, and it was interesting. I belong to Silver Lake Country Club, and I was there the other night, and I happened to be talking to a woman, and we introduced ourselves at the end, and she is the assistant superintendent of the 6th District Educational Compact. Phil.
Thank you again for coming. I happen to be a real fan of junior achievement, and I can relate to the fact that I'm probably maybe 7 or 8 years, or maybe 10 years old. On junior achievement. This would have been 1945, 46. We came to the conclusion with the group working with the device restrictions was not good. It was metal in those days. And it's
Mhm.
And it's built like a ping pong paddle with a flat end at the top.
Mhm.
So we bought with the help of the corporations, we bought 3 industrial bandsaws, 3 polished out sanding machines,
Mhm.
and we bought these sheets of acrylic and just produced these things all over the place. And as far as I know, it went on 2 or 3 years after that. And it was just a wonderful experience of how kids could get together and learn the whole mission of what junior achievement is, teaching them to become responsible people. Thanks again.
Thank you, Phil. And you're right. I mean, we have students, our program is so elevated. There are different components that we can add. Our kids have a pitch competition at the beginning for startup funds, but they have different ways of raising capital. You heard Gavin mention, they were the only team that did not get their startup funds because our pitch judges said, you're not going to get this manufactured in time to sell it. And they were wrong. But we have companies that come to us and say, we need to talk to a patent attorney. So we have developed a list of subject matter experts to work with our students in that scenario. So if you feel like you have an area of expertise where you can help, just grab my card. I feel like I've taken more than 20 minutes, so I think that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Lori. Before you sit down, could you pick one of those tickets for me? All right. The winner becomes mega rich. Depends upon what your definition of mega is. So, yeah, can't, what junior achievement is doing, the Scouts are currently working with Akron middle schools, 7th and 8th graders, giving them hands-on career exploration, primarily in the trades. We're working with the Electrical Contractors Union, the IBEW. In 5 years, they will only be able to fill 1 out of every 4 jobs. And we're talking about going all electrical with cars, and all of us needing an electrical plug-in at home. And those jobs, when they finish their apprenticeships, they're making 6 figures.
Yes, let's go to your crate.